What is up, everybody? It is Alex from Heavy New York, calling from the quarantine zone again, and this time we are here with Allan of the Almighty Eminence. Thank you so much for being here today, man. It's great to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so the new album is Dark Echoes. This album is incredible. It is brutal. It is heavy. I really think it has everything we love about heavy metal into one album. How was the making of this album altogether? Was this just a continuation from what we heard off of the album The Stalker, or was this like a new beginning for Eminence in a way?
Definitely, it's a new beginning for the band. We start to write the new songs last year. To be honest, in April, with the problem with the COVID here, and I start to record, to make some guitar riffs, and I sent to Bruno Paraguay, our singer, and to our bass player. We play, we make the album. I don't know the name in English. It's remotely separate. Everybody in the band, at home,
Yeah.
and that's it's a new beginning. You are thinking like to do something different than the Stalker, and then our latest EP named Minds Apart.
Do you think by working on this material the way that it did, it brought new ideas to songwriting and maybe had brought some new ideas in general for Eminence, or did it feel like the songwriting was relatively the same?
No, it's completely different. It's completely different because the problem with the pandemic is correct. Pandemic, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The problem with the pandemic, we were a little bit with a more depression inside, in our place, at home. And it's a new beginning, like to start to write new songs because we can record at home. Before we went to the studio, we go to the studio to make songs together. And now we make different parts of the tracks like individuals,
Yeah. So modern technology was an advantage for the making of this album.
That's it. Yes, yes. And new ideas, definitely with new ideas, with some samplers, with more guitars, with some clean guitars. So it's a really good experience for us, especially for me here at my place,
Yeah. And not to mention, I've had a discussion with a few people about like recording at home, and they've said, it's disconnected, you're not with the band. But just imagine you're in bed and your guitar's right next to you, and you have an epic dream, and then you could instantly present it to the guys for songwriting. Like, I think that there are some advantages to being able to create an album separately at home. Isolation is a great fuel for creativity.
That's it. Yes, man. I have to agree. Yes.
So do you think, obviously I'm asking this a little too in advance, but do you think that maybe the experience you had making Dark Echoes it could influence the future songwriting for Eminence in a way? Or do you think that maybe when this pandemic is over, you're going to go back to write songwriting how you've done in albums such as Chaotic System or Humanology or something?
No, we keep this way. Like, I think the Dark Echoes is the beginning for the new, what to say in English, new era for the band, because we put some electronic, some dubstep and some electronic stuffs with the band. What I say in English, and we are more open for new songs, more up with new styles to mix with the Eminence. So I think definitely Dark Echoes is just the beginning for, it was a great experience for us to record this album, to make this album.
Bringing in like those samples and dubsteps, like I think that's a great like sort of hybrid and a great way of like bringing in new styles. Is there any styles in the future of Eminence that you would like to incorporate? Like, is there anything that you haven't done yet that you want to do?
Maybe, I think maybe jazz, some jazz. I think we are thinking, because our drummer, he's crazy about jazz styles, Maybe maybe we don't know for the future, but maybe it could be a good experience to, you know, to
Yeah.
bring some jazz to the band.
Well, it worked very well for Cynic, so maybe you could do it as well.
Yeah, Syndicate is amazing band, man.
Yeah, I mean, Focus is a death metal classic, so I think maybe you guys could be the Brazilian Cynic.
Maybe why not? Maybe
Yeah.
with some jazz, with some dubstep. It's different, you know. Who knows?
Any gentle love ballads coming soon in the future for Eminence?
Yes, I'm thinking to use some 80 strings guitar with F sharp tuning. You know, maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
All right, and then you would go gent.
Yes, some parts,
Yep.
some parts.
Well, when I listen to Eminence, like I don't just call it like death metal. I think that there's a lot of elements that would make it for people who love, Cannibal Corpse, people who love Sepultura, people who love Meshuggah, people who love Obscura or Cynic. I think that there's multiple sounds. Is it fair to say that everybody in Eminence has different inspirations?
Yes, I am more with some metalcore bands. You know, I really love metalcore. Our singer Bruno Paraguay, he's into the death metal. You know, some grindcore bands and death metal bands. Our drummer, it's more jazz and thrash metal and new metal as well. And the bass player, it's more a deathcore guy, you know.
Mm.
He's crazy about deathcore bands, so it's a mixing, you know.
What are some of your favorite? I'm a huge metalcore fan. So what are your favorite metalcore bands? Killswitch Engage, Shadows Fall.
Yes, I really like Shadows Fall, man. It's I really like the band, and Killswitch Engage. It's the same. It's a really cool band, man. Shadow Falls. It's cool, man.
Yeah. What's your favorite Shadows Fall album?
I prefer the first one.
Oh,
Believe me.
oh, really?
Yes.
With Phil from All That Remains on vocals.
Yes.
Wow. I was expecting Of One Blood or Art of Balance or something like that.
No,
But
no. I liked all albums, but the first one I really like it, man.
yeah, very raw and underground at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would love to see, I think a great tour would be Eminence and Unearthed. I think that would be the perfect tour for you guys to be on.
Whoa, definitely. Yes, yes. We really hope, man, for next year to be touring in US or Europe, you know. But right now, it's really, especially here in Brazil, it's really hard situation, you know.
Yeah.
But I really hope for next year to be touring.
We would love to have you here. And in addition, I wanted to talk about like your guitar playing as well because I'm very impressed with the technical excellence on it. Like this sounds very hard to play and it sounds very perfect in a way. And it sounds very studied. Do you have like a background in theory or like have you studied music that influences the sound of Eminence as well?
Well, at the beginning, I just listen Slayer albums, man, like a Kerry King and Jeff Hanneman, like you know, with the guitar pick, like you know.
Yeah.
It's always listen Slayer and trying to do my best with some guitar riffs and playing with some metronome, the click, you
Yep.
know, with the music. Is correct
Yeah.
metronome?
Metronome. Yep.
Yeah, with the music. That's it. I am really straight when I am studying guitar and recording the Eminence songs. You know.
Yeah, and I feel. Do you find it easier to record? Like you mentioned, the isolation that for the making of Dark Echoes, but do you find it easier to come up with ideas when you're with your other bandmates, or do you prefer to be alone in isolation that allows you to cultivate new ideas better?
Well, I prefer to be with my bandmates. You know, it's good to talk and to show some ideas. But right now, with this isolation, it's good to recreate. You know, when you think about the one track, one music, or some one idea, you have to. It's easy right now because you can record 10 times and you can listen 10 times the track you recorded. You know.
Yeah.
I think with isolation, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it had to have been a breath of fresh air when you know you're feeling the vibe and feeling the groove, and you don't have anybody interrupting you.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
With isolation, it's good, but it's good to show the ideas to the bandmates. It's important.
of
It's really
course,
important.
of course. Now, when it comes to the inspiration, do you think of ideas out of nowhere sometimes, or do you have like a studio that you or a certain place that you go to in order to think of new ideas?
To be honest, we always have the when we record a pre-production before to go to the studio. When we put all our ideas, and when we go to the studio, everything it's ready to record. Of course, during the recordings, we have some ideas, but basically we record before during the pre-production, and after it's done. But during the recording, it's of course you are playing. Oh, maybe you have to change something like this, but the ideas it's before.
Yeah. And I'd imagine inspiration sometimes strikes at very inconvenient times as well, right?
Of course, take a shower. During the shower,
Yeah.
make a dinner, drink a beer. Is well, I have ideas. So
Yeah.
it's crazy. Music is crazy, man. Especially metal music. It's crazy.
A lot of musicians have told me that they take inspiration in the shower. So I'm thinking of inventing the home studio for the shower, where like you have waterproof amps and waterproof like compressors and plugins, and waterproof mixers, just so you could be in the shower the whole time when the ideas strike and you could record them.
It's maybe the future. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. Your water bills are gonna go up like that, but I think it's a good idea.
Yes, yes.
Yep. How do you know when you're finished with the song?
I never know.
Mhm. Fair enough.
It's always incomplete.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean,
It's always incomplete. It's impossible to do. Okay, this is the right song. This is the perfect mix. So it's impossible.
fair enough. Fair enough. And I think too, like again, like I think with the Eminence catalog, when you compare like Chaotic System to Humanology to the God of All Mistakes to now with Dark Echoes, there's always things that make them sound different from each other as well. You've always tried to take a new approach with every album to begin with, right?
Yes, yes. Especially for Dark Echoes, we make totally different this album. But the two first albums, it's a little bit the same. It's a more thrash metal, and with less electronic stuffs. And after the God of All Mistakes, the third album, we make more metalcore.
Yeah. Which if you don't mind me asking, are you worried? I think the new stuff is great. I love it. But are you worried that some of the thrash heads or whatever might think that it's a sellout sort of thing if you're bringing more of the metalcore elements in there?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, cuz
It's
yeah.
no, it's okay. Yeah, okay.
No, cuz All That Remains, their first album was straight death metal, like guttural death metal before they went to the more metalcore route. So I was curious, and I love what the direction All That Remains was taking, but some people aren't. So the metal elites, you might have to fight them off a bit, right?
Yes, yes. When we start a band, I think in the beginning you make more brutal the tracks, more trash and we're trash man. But after it's I don't know. I think everybody in the band really likes the metalcore music, deathcore music. So that's our influence. So that's it.
It's very easy to trick a metal elitist into liking something that they never thought that they liked. I remember playing My Chemical Romance for a death metal elitist, and he was just like, "Oh, this is pretty good." So it happens.
My Chemical Romance, it's a really cool band, man.
Very great band. Very great band.
Yeah.
And the final question I wanted to ask you is talking about the scene in Brazil, because obviously with the legacy of Sepultura, but with other bands such as Angra and a lot of great new bands. I just last year interviewed Ego Kill Talent, as well as Nervosa. I started 2021 off with Nervosa. So, like, how is the current scene? You guys are still based out of Belo Horizonte, right?
Yes, we are based here. Yes.
Yeah. So, how is the sort of scene in Belo Horizonte now?
So we have a really big scene for metal scene here. Sepultura is from here.
Yep.
The band start from Belo Horizonte. So and we have 4 million, people here, and we have a big scene for metal scene, but not really local. It's every neighborhood has a different tribes for metal.
Yeah.
And that's it. Right now, it's really bad for the music, especially for the metal. But we have a big scene here.
Yeah.
With a Sarcophago is from here, as well, for a death metal band from Sarcophago. Sepultura, Eminence. And in Brazil, we have a lot of bands like Crisian, Angra, Shaman, Nervosa. Now, when the Nervosa split, has like a Crypta,
Yep.
It's another band.
Yep, I spoke with them recently too, and it just seems like, I've always said that, like, people have referred to Brazil as the Sweden of South America. So,
yes, maybe. Yes, maybe. Yes.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah, because we have a lot of good bands.
Yep, a lot of great bands, and every band that I've seen tour through Brazil. I've seen Angra, I've seen Sepultura, I've seen Crisian live numerous times. Everybody's going crazy for both Crypta and Nervosa. Like, it just seems like a lot of people are very excited whenever a band from Brazil is coming to the States. It almost seems people are very interested when they find out a band is coming from there, because many people assume that it's going to be the heaviest of the heavy as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's about the groovy. I think Brazilian bands have some different grooves. Maybe, for example, Crisian, it's a really extremely brutal band, death metal, but they have a groovy, like a Brazilian groove, with the guitars. I think it's the Brazilian groove. I think.
Yeah, it's the groove capital of the world.
Yeah, yeah.
So before we go, I want to thank you so much for your time today and for such a great conversation. Is there just anything else with Eminence that you would like to promote for the release of Dark Echoes? Can you please come to the States when touring picks up again?
Of course. First of all, thank you very much for the interview. Sorry for my bad English.
You were great.
And we will release a new music video in September. From the track Inner Suffering. I will keep you posted.
We'll look forward to seeing it. Thank you so much. Everybody, we are here with...
Thank you very much.
Everybody, we are here with Eminence. Be sure to check out Dark Echoes if you haven't already. This is Alex from Heavy New York, and we will see you next time.